Hey everybody. Yeah. Princess, get down. No. Sorry, y'all know I'm a dog mom. I love dogs. Anyway, I just want to say welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscriptions, for likes, shares, comments, subscribes. Click the notification bell so that you know when to subscribe when I'm on. I shall be recording a lot more. God has really made his point to me that it's time. So it's time. So I know it's been 7 months, but I didn't get around to saying this in the first video, the first or the second video, but I have been under some heavy spiritual warfare. Guys, when I say heavy, I mean heavy. It's been a time. However, we're not going to even feed that much energy because that's a thing of the past. However, I'm here. I welcome you back. I thank you for sticking with me, for those who are subscribed. I know it was only 2 of you, but God didn't bring me this far to let me down. He called me to this. He literally stopped my motion to bring me here because I have a story for people who are going through things that they don't understand. So with that being said, here I am. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back. I'm happy. I'm excited. And I'm ready. I would like to say thank you again for joining, for watching. Even if you don't like, subscribe. Hey, if the message resonates, I'm happy for that. I'm a healer. I'm here to help people heal. My testimony was given to me to share with the masses. So here I am. My last video, I touched on a little bit of my lifestyle from the time I grew up from a kid till, pretty much I started dating or what have you. And I think the last thing I discussed was the relationship before, the one that caused my spiritual transformation, which is what I'm here to talk about today. That was with the interracial relationship I had. So I'm going to pick up there. Now, if you go back and watch, you will catch up. But my goal is to help those who are enduring warfare. I am a spiritualist. I'm a spiritual guru. Like I'm initiated. Okay. I'm anointed. I'm chosen. I'm a prophetess. I'm very gifted. Okay. So my goal here is to help people to ascend the way that I have and to help them along the way through their journey as I travel through my own, and to attract my soul tribe and help them to ascend just like I am. We all have different timelines. I'm very and fully aware of that, but I'm here to help you guys along the way. Now, this is the rest of the story. Excuse me. As y'all know, it's Taurus season. Y'all know my birthday. I'm a Taurus. Okay, my birthday is in about 10 days away. So, yeah, that way. But anyway, I just want to let y'all know. I'm here to finish off the story because unless you know the story, you won't understand the journey. So I want to finish that off, so that everybody knows, how I ended up where I am today. Now, where I left off at was, lastly, if you look at the last 2 videos, which was about 7 months ago. I know it's been a while. But again, I've been under spiritual attack. People who know that they are guilty of, waging warfare on me have been waging more spell work and warfare on me to stop my throat chakra, which means to silence me, to stop me from speaking. out to stop me from exposing them because they don't want to be seen for the devils that they truly are. And guess what? I'm here to expose. That's my job. I'm the whistleblower. Okay? But anyway, I'm gonna pick up, y'all. Anybody who knows me knows I have a pit bull. Princess, please calm down. Get down. Please get down. Please. Go see who at the door. Go. Okay. With that being said, my dog must send some spirits around. Princess, come here. Come over here on this side. Relax. Come here. Get up here. Get up here. Come here. No. Over here. Relax. Yeah, she's something else. I've never had a female dog. But anyway. Picking up where we left off. The last video I discussed the relationship I was in last before the one that cost my spiritual awakening. That caused me to be this beautiful being that I evolved into, okay? Now, I'm going into that story. Now, shortly thereafter, that relationship was done and over, right? I was really digging a guy that was from Michigan. And that was a part of the spiritual awakening as well. He was very well versed in the Bible. Very Christ consciousness. Very Christ-like. However, he happened to be a narcissist too. But I learned more from him in a positive way than I did in a negative. Oh no, maybe not, because I felt like I had to sneeze. That was spiritual confirmation, but either way, he was a part of the journey. Now, as I was dating this guy, I wasn't really aware of my own self-worth, and I started to question it because he was not expressing so much into me. And we were in a so-called relationship. Even though we were in different states, every time I came to visit, I just never felt like I was wanted. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just a little overweight. Maybe I need to work on myself. So I literally forced myself to do something I had never done, which was to become like a fitness guru, which I've always worked on my weight even before that. But because I invested so much into him and I loved him so much, that was spiritual confirmation too. I did the unthinkable in my book. And I literally just was like, you know what? I'm going to make him love me. I'm going to make him like me the way that I want him to. And I started working out every day. I just did everything in my power. And when I joined the gym, this is how I met the guy who I'm about to tell y'all about. He was a previous felon, and he worked at the gym that I worked out at. And as I was trying to impress the guy that I was in a relationship with, I met him because he was the gym person, personnel, whatever you want to call them. Everybody there, because everybody who know me knows that I've always been thick. I've always been a, voluptuous woman, in all the right places, that is. I've always been beautiful and have always been that person to like kind of be able to have my way. Even though I never took advantage of that, I've always been that woman. But I met him at the gym and we became really, really good friends. At first, it's like all the guys was trying to talk to me, but he was just the one who just never put forth any effort, even though I could tell he liked me. Fast forward that. We became good friends. As I went to the gym every day, my work schedule was kind of like a night shift, and he was an overnight person. So we became really close. Him and maybe it was another guy that worked the shift that he worked, and we meshed well. We just clicked. And every night it was like we were best friends, all three of us. But the other guy, he had a wife, and after work, it was like we never heard anything from him. And for a while, I never heard anything from the guy that I was dating because him and his baby mom were kind of going through something. But we were friends at the time. And I was still in a relationship with the guy from Detroit. And as I stayed in Chicago, excuse me, we had a really, really tight relationship where, so what I thought. So we would always drink, they smoked, and we would go outside and chill. And again, my work schedule permitted me to be there on their work schedule because I got off at 2 a.m. and I would always just hit the gym because I was just so stuck on my schedule and just pressed to like make sure that I did the right thing to impress this guy I was in a relationship with, that I didn't miss a day for months. But I created that relationship with him and we were just friends. And it went that way for months at a time. And I started to be my true self with them, and I was bringing things for them, food, and, just like sharing my little good things with them, just little small things. Because I noticed that they weren't technically the type of crowd that I would hang around. They were pretty much like more so a little less fortunate, I guess you could say. I was single, no kids, 6-figure income, so I could pretty much buy anything I wanted. So whenever I had free money, if I had some friends, I would share my money with my friends. So if I would buy things, of course I would bring things for them because we were friends. It was a particular incident that took place, and me and the guy who I was in a relationship with, this was way prior to, we were just friends at the time. I brought some cookies. One of the people that worked at Avis had brought some cookies that their significant other was selling. And I bought a few bags with them in mind. And I was like, I'm gonna bring this for so and so and so and so. I'm gonna bring this, and we gonna, make them smile because they were weed smokers. So I was like, okay. And this particular night, I came in the gym. I was coming to work out, and I was like, hey, I brought y'all some cookies. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, I brought some for all of us. Just so happened, the guy that I happened to start dating ate the most of them. And something had happened with me and the guy I was dating at the time. We were kind of on the rocks. And he pretty much said, like, some things that didn't really sit well with me. And I was kind of sharing it with the guy. Because, again, we were like best friends. I would tell him everything. Like, he would call me, like, what happened with you? Oh, boy, this and this and that. Little did I know, he was collecting information from me because he saw me as a good target. He saw me as a gold mine. I had bought my ex-boyfriend some Louis Vuitton gym shoes for his birthday. And I was driving Uber at the time. And I had like 2 little jobs. Again, I didn't have a family. I don't have kids. It's just me in Chicago. So I just love making money. So, I was working overtime to make sure that I could give him a good birthday. Again, I had no self-worth at the time. So it was like anything I could get to get him to like me more. So if I spent money to buy him what he wanted, if I looked good, it was like whatever. I was a people pleaser at the time. Okay? So this is what I did. And he was watching this the whole time, scheming and plotting on me. And I had no idea. Again, we were just friends. Keep that in mind. I didn't never find him attractive. First of all, I was like, at times when I would go home, I'd be like, I don't even know why I talk to them because they kind of dirty. Like, they kind of dingy. Like, I really wouldn't even fuck with them if I was living in Detroit because I'm like the it girl. Like, I'm like that bitch. I'm not, like, I don't fuck with niggas like them. And that's why they fucked with me because it was like, it gave them a ego boost. Like, Rakita fuck with us. And she's strapped, she pretty, she got money. You know what I'm saying? It really did something for them. But I was never judgmental. You know, I never looked at them from a perspective of like, you know, they were beneath me. My friends were my friends. I never judged them. And that's how I viewed them. Moving forward, you know, the whole time I was being plotted on, didn't know. So that particular night when I brought the cookies, we were, you know, kind of chilling. I finished the workout or whatever. And we started, you know, just chilling. We would drink beers together and smoke and, you know, just chill and just all kinds of things to just you know, bond. And that night they was eating like some tuna, and they will always say like, this person, the one guy was married. So I was never understanding why you always ban like corner store shit when you got a wife. I didn't understand that, but it wasn't my place. So I just let it be. And I was just being a friend. And like, look, when I cook, I'm going to bring y'all some shit. And they used to always be like, you can't cook. You can't cook. You ain't. Well, I will believe it when you bring it or whatever. So I brought those cookies and they was like happy as hell. Like they was homeless. So, of course, the people who sold it to me, it was one of the elder women who had worked at the company for a long time, and I love her to this day. Shout out to Dora. Dora, I love you. It was Dora. But anyway, Dora was selling cookies, and I brought a bunch of them from her. But they were so good, but I did not get to eat none. I had a taste before I came to the gym. But of course I wasn't going to eat a bunch of cookies before I work out. But I had brought them for me and my team. But when I found out they ate them all, I said something. I was like, damn, you so selfish. You just like, oh boy. Because I had just came to the gym venting about my dude. And when I vented about him, it happened to be the same day that I had vented about him when I brought those cookies. And the guy who I was dating, my ex, I'm going to just keep saying my ex at the time, we were just friends. He specifically was like, he went off on me. We got into a big argument and I wasn't even the aggressor. He was like so aggressive to me. Like, I was like, you so selfish. Why would you eat all of the cookies that I bought y'all own? You didn't even save me one. And he was like, bitch, how you gonna call me? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like so shocked because prior to this, we were like this. When he called me out of my name and called me a bitch, I couldn't believe it. And I was just like, wow, that's for us? And he just flipped the script on me. That right there was the red flag. I should have known then, which I did. But me being the forgiving, little soft, sweet, kind, neat friend person I was, people pleaser person I was, I didn't let it go right away. But later on, I let that shit slide. But after he did all of that and he said the things he said, I was really, really, really upset. My feelings was hurt. So we fell out after that. He wouldn't talk to me. And I still kept coming to the gym every day. You know, I still was working out every day and I still came in trying to speak. And I was like, damn, you know, so that's for me and you. And he'd be like, I don't give a fuck if you take something. Go get what you want. And I come in there with my money like, look, I want to buy Powerade. I want to buy it. He like, I don't give a fuck. Take it. And was still mad at me. And I was like, oh my God, like, why would you get so mad because I said you was being selfish? I mean, that is selfish for you to eat everything that I bought and didn't even save me a crumb. Like, come on, like, where's the accountability? That was the narcissism. Very beginning. That was the very beginning stages of the narcissism. But I didn't even know what narcissist meant at the time. I just knew that, hey, I did something nice for you. And I said, hey, save me this. And you didn't even give me nothing. You took everything from me. So at that point, I just viewed you as just a taker. So why would I be wrong for making you, for calling out a spade for a spade? So time progressed. I stopped seeing him in the gym. I kept going, but it was another guy who worked there that they were friends with that got him fired. From my understanding, actually, he got himself fired. Now that I know who he truly is, but it was like months later. I kept going to the gym, but I stopped seeing him for a while, and I didn't even question it because we wasn't talking. So it was like whatever, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. So one day I was at home and I got a phone call, and it was from him. And he was like, "What's up, Marquita?" I'm like, "Who is this?" He like, "This so and so," and I'm like, "What you want?" He was like, "Man, I know you ain't playing like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, like, what you trying to set me up?" Like, that's the first thing came to my head. He was like, "No, man, why would you say that?" He like, "Well, I don't work there no more," whatever. I'm like, "I know, because I ain't seen you in a while." He like, "Man, that nigga, I forget the guy name, but he was like, he set me up. One day I didn't come in to work because he would always not come to work and the boy would clock him in. But this particular day, he told him he would clock him in and didn't. And when he came to work, the boss was there. The boss had fired the guy who was clocking him in. And he lied and said that he clocked him in. So when he showed up, the boss was there and fired him. So that's how he got fired. And when he told me that, I was like, wow. Like, I mean, I knew it was coming because, I mean, come on now. At some point, you got to pay for what you've been doing. So, it just was what it was. Princess. I'm sorry, y'all. Princess wants to be under me. And when I'm talking, she can't. Princess! Anyway. So after that, he just really became, like, he started to get extremely close to me. Like, I trusted him because of the relationship we had prior to. Princess, go sit down. Prior to the relationship that we had. Y'all, my dog is really, really, really out of control. Let me go put her up and I'm going to edit the video, okay? I'll be back. I promise.